Hey YTPC, today we're going to be trying out some custom plug that I made. It's a little mix of some Gordon Pym, that's a commercially available English blend, and I picked this one to mix with the cigar leaf because it was just kind of a nice average English. There was nothing over the top. There wasn't a lot of extra stuff in it. It was just a good basic English. Now, what I mixed with it was Robert McConnell's Pure Brazil and Robert McConnell's Pure Cuba. Now, these are two cigar tobaccos that are for mixing, and they're both from Robert McConnell. Now, the percentages I used, so this little block here, or plug, 50% of this, and then 25 of each. So it's 1/2 English, 1/2 cigar, which the cigar halves, half of it's Brazil and half of it's Cuba. And what I used was this little guy here that I got off of Amazon. It has a bottom lid and a little weight that just sits down there, and it's a standard press, and this is the top, so it has the weight attached. So you basically, once you mix up the tobacco, you push it down in there, and I usually try to get it with my finger, and then I work it a little bit, crush it, take this out, and then see if I can get any more in. I try and pack as much as possible in there. And then what I do is every day I will come back in the morning and then again in the evening, and I'll just crank it as much as possible. Now, I let it sit in this, adjusting it, cranking it, for 3 days. Not exactly to the minute, but 3 days. And then I took it out. I then put it into this glass jar, and let's see, when did I jarred it on the 25th of February. Was it now the 11th of May? So it's been in there a while. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the other cam, and I'll film cutting it up, and then we'll get it loaded into the Savinelli 673 Blue Alligator and see how she tastes. Now, I did smoke the combination just blended, but I wanted to see if pressing it really changed anything or not. So, all right, we're going to get switched over. Okay, I apologize that the mic level is different, but I didn't have time to test it out. So, I'm going to try and cut some of this off, and it crumbles off pretty nice. I think that might be enough. Yeah, it even hand breaks apart pretty nice. It smells really good. Okay, I've got the pipe loaded up. I'm going to switch back over to the other camera, and I will be back. Okay, we got the pipe loaded up. I'm going to go ahead and get a char light done, and then get a true light done. Okay, we're into the first part of the bowl. Very hard to detect any of the Gordon Pym right now. And I smoked a bowl of just the pure tobacco. I just put a little of each 50-50 in a bowl earlier today. And it doesn't taste like that either. So when I smoke just the tobacco leaf, I get almost a sweetness a little bit with it. This does not have that. This has a completely unique flavor, and I don't remember tasting this just when I loosely mixed the leaves. So it's a very heavy cigar, and the English did peek through a little bit here and there, but not much yet. Definitely a very strong blend. So I'm going to smoke it down halfway and then come back and see if anything with it changes from the beginning to about halfway through. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're halfway now. Not much of a change at all. It's pretty consistent. It's a very heavy cigar with just a little bit of English in there. I mean, very little bit of English. So now Gordon Pym is not remarkable as far as I don't know how to say it. I mean, it's a good tobacco, but it doesn't have a huge flavor profile. If that makes sense. So and I picked it because it was kind of flat, but so far halfway down, I'm finding that it just can't keep up 50-50 with cigar leaf in there. Now, perhaps it'll fare better with a smaller percentage. I don't know yet. So I'm going to take it all the way to the bottom, but halfway impressions is if I use Gordon Pym to mix again, I'm going to have to drop the percentage of cigar leaf. It doesn't taste bad. It's just that I can't taste the Gordon Pym hardly at all. So, all right, I'll be back at the bottom and give a little wrap up. Okay, I'm about at the bottom now, and again, nothing much has changed. Maybe got a few more hints of the English when I got closer to the bottom, but still, it was, I think, severely overpowered by the cigar leaf. So, my my thoughts: would I blend these percentages again? No, um, because independently, I really like Gordon Pym. I love the smoking just the plain cigar leaf in a bowl. But this combination, if anything, and it could be the plug, sitting together, but it's like it just kind of watered down both sets. So definitely, with half of it being cigar leaf, definitely had a cigar leaf, but it seemed to take. I normally get a little bit of sweetness with the cigar leaves. They're fast burning, but I do normally get some really good flavor. Like some of the more specific cigar flavors were gone, and the Gordon Pym really didn't really didn't come through hardly at all. Maybe just, I could tell that it wasn't pure cigar leaf. So I would not recommend a 50-50 blend. So I think next time I'm not going to use Gordon Pym. So I will go maybe I'll try a 75-25. So the 75%, I think I'm going to try some Squadron Leader in there. Squadron Leader has a very distinct, more pronounced flavors, whereas Gordon Pym is just kind of, smooth across the middle. I don't know how to describe it. And then I'll mix a little of both of these up, and then that will be the 25% that I add to the Squadron Leader. And that may change, but right now that's what I'm thinking, because I have a few tins of that, and it's one of my favorites. So Gordon Pym was never my favorite, one of my favorites. So, okay, I would say it's not a complete loss, but this will probably get crushed up and just be a shop smoke. Which is surprising to me, because when I just mixed them together, loose leaves, it had a really good flavor. I mean, I liked it. I could taste the Gordon Pym, but after pressing it and letting it sit all this time, you can definitely tell the flavors blended. Problem is, they just kind of, got boring in the plug. So I was kind of hoping maybe something more would come out. So I also thought about making a plug of the Haunted Pirate Ship. So I don't know. Anyway, this was my first attempt. Probably going to say it's a fail, because I'm not looking forward to smoking it anything other than just in the shop, going to burn it up kind of thing. I won't throw tobacco away. But yeah, I'm going to call it a fail with this combination. Now, like I said, Gordon Pym on its own, I enjoy smoking it. I really love just mixing a little of these together and throwing it in a pipe by themselves. I mean, just smoking the cigar leaf straight. So that tells me that something happened in the blend. No. Okay, long enough. I'm just rambling here now. So, yeah, catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.